It's you. You're the only motherfucker that's going to ever be you. Why are you guys putting yourselves down? Why are you guys not seeing the spark? You got to see the spark in yourself. If you don't see and look in the mirror and see the divine spark, you are on this planet the only time you'll ever come through this planet, one time. And you're going to tiptoe through life. I got this opportunity. I'm just going to be ho-hum. Dream big, dream bold, dream badass. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, fuck yeah, I'm here. That's weak shit. And it really pisses me off. People do not see the potential of the possibilities that they have to look out and do anything they want for the most part, at least in their mind. You could have any map of the world. You could create anything in your mind, yet you choose to be ho-hum. You're good enough to get through 1 billion sperm. You're good enough to be alive. Anyone that just accidentally fucked themselves up, crashed, died, would love to jump into your body and be like, I'm going to live this time. Stop putting yourselves down and start being like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to create something. Get the fuck out of what society has wrapped around you and brainwashed you to be. You only do one good thing on this planet, and that's when you're original, you be yourself, you enjoy life, not limp through life. Limping through life sucks. Limping through life is probably one of the most dangerous things, because you know what happens to limping animals? They get eaten. Limping along, you're long gone. This is your time. Your one time. This is it. There you go. You got to look in the mirror and realize, who's going to make that decision? Are you making the decision for yourself that this is just the way it's going to be? It's always going to be hard at the beginning. It takes balls. It takes charisma. It takes free thinking. Do things, be things, and think outside the box, because there is no box. That's a construct in itself. Choose any way you get to walk around. I drove out to Vegas in pajamas. Didn't care. Barefoot. Walked out, got gas, walked into places, didn't give a shit. Enjoy life. Everyone's trying so hard to be liked. Everyone's trying so hard to be validated. Everyone's trying so hard to get it right. You need to look about getting it wrong. Getting it wrong is where the fun is. Getting off balance is the best. Being beyond average is fucking amazing. Being like everyone else is boring, blah. Nobody needs to like you. I don't give a fuck if people like me. I had this thing with my roommate. He's like, don't you care what people think? No. My wife, don't you care what people think? No. It makes no difference to me. None. I live exactly the way that I want. I do exactly the things that I want. I don't do it to hurt people. I do it to enjoy my motherfucking life. I do it to have fun. I do it to entertain myself. I do it because I can. You do it. If I want to say something, I will say something. If I want to be good, I could be good. If I want to be bad, I could be bad. If I want to be angry, I could be angry. I could do and be anything that I choose to be, and I'm cool with it. Get to that point. The moment you become a real man is the moment you stop worrying about being validated. The moment you become a real individual man is the moment you stop giving a fuck what other people think and taking responsibility for your life. As long as you are wrapped up in what other people think about you, or validation from others, or getting people to like you, you're still a boy. Now, have you ever seen old people, they get to a point where you just don't give a fuck. They'll fart in front of you. Maybe they don't even hear it or know it even happened. But for the most part, it looks like they don't give a fuck. I don't mind pissing off my family. I don't mind pissing off my friends. If I do shit, I won't piss them off directly. When I put things on Facebook about multiple women, about hunting people down, about oral sex, whatever, my mom will be like, oh, I'm not doing things for her. I'm not trying to appease her. You either love me or you don't like me. Some people hate me. I'm okay with that. How does that affect any of who I am? It doesn't. The only person you should really give a fuck about is you and what you think about yourself. And it should be pretty good. If not, you got to have a sit down with yourself and figure out what it's going to take and do the fucking work. Do the work. It's sad to have other people worry about what other people think. Put a callus on your neurology. Put a glove. It's okay to not feel things on a certain level. Things that don't matter. It's okay. If you take it with no mitt and a picture throws right to your hand, you're going to feel it. It's okay to put a buffer in between people's opinions of you. Get a mitt. That way you catch it. Yeah, you feel it, but it didn't really do anything. It's just a callus. You have callus on your hands. Have some callus on the neurology and the thoughts that you think that people think about you. It's okay to build a callus. It's okay to put a little bit of a protective callus around you. If you don't do it, you're not a man yet, in my opinion. You're a man when you're like, fuck it. Fuck it. Not trying to appease anyone. I want to appease myself. And when you appease yourself, you realize that because you can appease yourself, pretty good place to be. You actually do more for other people. You actually help other people because you're doing people a disservice when you're like everyone else. You ever seen that one video where the person, they're in a waiting room, a bell rings, one person gets up? It's a social experiment. Person comes in the room and this bell rings and they get up, and the other girl gets up. And the other guy's looking around and all of a sudden they get up. Next thing you know, everyone that comes in the door is doing it. That's basically what you're doing when you're projecting this, I'm lucky to be around you, man, life's tough, all that shit. That ain't helping anybody. You're adding to the cesspool of mediocrity. I'm not willing to do that to the people around me. I'm not willing to fuck other people over near me. I'm not willing to say it's okay to live safely. I'm not going to do that to them. I care enough about people around me that I would rather them free and have the choice, even though I have to sometimes go through things that most people are afraid of or won't do, because I show them that it's okay. Sometimes it's not okay, but that's okay. I will not do that to another person. That's the most selfish thing to do to a person, is keep them in the socially acceptable reality of not being you, not being an individual, living safely, living under fear, all that shit. That's fucked up, in my opinion. I want a person to dream. I want a person to be okay with being themselves. I want a person to be weird. I want a person to be expressive. I want a person to enjoy life. I want a person to dream, to go beyond, to try things, to be free. That's what's important to me. I would never fuck another person over by teaching him subconsciously that I'm a part of group society living safely in the world. Don't you do it either, because it's safe here. It's not safe there. There's nothing safe about that. You can't show me a person who lives under the blanket of a consensual consciousness and show me a spark in their eye that they're happy to be alive. It doesn't exist. They may be, mediocre, but you won't see that spark. You will not see that divine wonderment reflect out of their eyes. You won't see the shine. You won't see the brightness. You won't see the glimmer in their eye. You know why? Because they're just like everyone else. It's hard to be special when you're living like everyone else. It's hard to be free when you're in the clone zone. It sucks. I want to be the living light example of living life freely, living life the way I want to be. Exploring this world on my own, walking freely, walking with curiosity, walking with awe, the awesomeness of it all, the ability to sing freely, be happy, be caring, be loving, be naughty, sometimes be bad. It's okay. Me and my wife get into it all the time. Oh, everyone thinks you're there. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I make me happy. I do a lot of shit for a lot of people, and you will too if you start to get that little groove. You'll do more for people being true and being originally walking through life originally and expressively and creatively, doing things that make you happy, as long as you're not hurting anyone, or as long as you're not trying to take, and you're giving and you're creating. You have the palette, you have the paintbrush, you're adding things to life. You're adding things that most people don't see. The world is the canvas. What I add to it, what I choose to see that most people don't see, or it's not even there, is okay. It's okay. Or it's not, and that it's definitely not okay, because that's not what human beings were meant to be. I don't believe we're a locked and chained race, so easy to tame. Not me. Only way you're going to find that is you go to the divinity of you. If you don't believe in that, okay, well, great. I don't believe in a big old guy in the sky judging me. I have a great relationship with the energy. That's what I go with. I don't remember God ever whispering in my ear, be safe, don't do it. Is that what God would whisper to you? It's the difference between confidence and, like I said, godfidence. Have some godfidence. What does godfidence do? If you were living with godfidence, you'd be walking bright. You'd be walking with your chest up. You'd be walking brave. You'd be walking kick-ass. That's it. Get in the box and be the same. That shit's deranged. That shit scares me. I'm fearful of being just like everyone else, playing safe, playing weak, playing poor me, playing let me bend over backwards so that you like me. Validation is fucked. Validation's a bunch of bullshit. Anyways, back onto a lovely Sunday day.